Hey everybody, Galucia here, and today is another episode of IndustrialCraft Adventures, picking up literally exactly where I left off, just as I always do. For the first part of today, probably going to skip around a decent amount, only because I plan on working here in the house a little bit. I have a lot to get done as far as macerating all the stuff that I just came out of my mine shaft with. I'm going to keep feeding my recycler until I run out of all the excess nonsense, whatever that I don't actually need. Stuff like that. And then I'm probably going to head back down to the mine shaft, so there'll be some more jumping around and stuff like that. But plenty to talk about while we do all that, so not the end of the world. So plenty of things that we can discuss while some of that is happening. Just wanted to kind of give you a heads up for exactly what you are in store for today. But yeah, bronze is a pretty abundant source since copper and tin is pretty abundant. And once you start getting to more advanced things, you don't need the copper and tin as much for certain things. And certain things you need a ton of it. But you can get away with it, not having to use it as much for like the little things. I'm going to use up that tree tap that I have because it's almost broken. Whoop, wrong chest. So, I really need to label these things. So, whoa. That was weird. So, bronze can be pretty abundant, and it's really good for tools. It acts just like iron in the sense that whatever you can mine with an iron pick, you can mine with a bronze pick. It makes pretty strong armor. If I'm not mistaken, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, because I know it was like this back in the day. I don't know if this has changed since then. But back in the day, the armor value of bronze was the same as iron armor. So if you got hit by something, the same amount of damage will get done to you whether you were wearing bronze or iron. And obviously, iron has a way higher value in industrial craft than bronze does. Iron is used for everything. It's super important. But the durability, I think, was higher, that it would last longer, which was another advantage of using bronze. So, like, right now, I need an iron pick to continue, for when I go mining later. I'm going to need some type of iron pick for anything that I need to collect that I'm not going to collect with stone picks. But I don't want to use iron because, again, it's a very valuable resource for industrial crafts. So I'm going to make a bronze pick instead because that will do the exact same thing like I just explained. So, and since I still don't have any pants or boots, I may actually go ahead and make a bronze pants and boots as well. We shall see. Okay, now I just threw all my copper dust in here. Do I have more, don't I? Not really. Like a single piece. Lols. Yeah. But I am low on copper, so that's enough bronze for now. Try to get like a stack of copper saved up before I worry about it anymore. Boop. But yeah, so we're moving into the bronze era, if you will, here. Going to start actually utilizing some bronze stuff. So that's good. And I have been wanting to get some type of better armors now for a while. Only having a leather cap and a leather tunic really is not enough to get the job done, yeah. Well, I don't want to stick the full... We are using the recycler on top of everything else now, so we're using a deep... This is why we need to get to the geothermal instead of what we're doing now, because this is not going to get the job done. So, I'm going to go ahead and make some cells. Let's see. I think 2 stacks, actually. Well, I guess a stack and a half, huh? Yeah, that's probably good. I don't want to use more tin than that just for cells yet. And we can go find that big lava pool that I found before. Start filling up all these cells with lava because that's going to be an important step. Let's see. How much scrap? I do want to keep some of this type of stuff. I want to fill a full line here with cobblestone. And at least keep some dirt, because you never know when you're going to need it to, like, fill stuff. But I guess for now, 2 stacks of dirt is enough to, like, hold on to. Everything else I can recycle. So I'm going to look up, let's see. I'll look up the geothermal. Whoop, whoop. Electric furnace, iron furnace. Ah, there it is. So it takes the generator, 2 refined iron, glass, and empty cells. So we should be able to make that now. We'll make it now, but we won't actually put it in place till we come back with the lava cells. So that'll be an important goal for this episode, to switch from... you know what? No, I'm not going to make it now because I'm burning coal just to keep these machines running. So I'll wait till I come back. That way I can let the bat box fill up with energy from the coal, and then we'll be switching. So that last bit of coal right here, this 16 pieces, we're not going to need that for the generator. We can go ahead and stick that in here for now. We'll start storing that for other things later on. Coal has a lot of uses besides just that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I remember where the lava pool was. I think I'm just going to hang out in the house for like 1 or 2 more minutes, wait for the macerator to finish macerating the tin, and then I will make the switch to macerating the iron, put this last stack of dirt in the recycler, and then head out. And we'll find that lava pool. Aha! Yes, I thought this is where it was. Okay, so we found the lava pool. Now, dangerous work dealing with lava, yeah? So we're gonna start by dealing with all the lava that we can get right here on the edge. Nice thing is you can put the cells in your hand and just right-click everywhere like a madman, and you will start to fill them up. Oh, look, it even puts the lava texture inside the cell. That looks really good, actually. But yeah, so we're going to collect as much as we can from right here, obviously holding shift, being careful. You know, don't want anything unfortunate to go down here. And we're going to get as much as we can from here, and then eventually I'll build a path going down the side. I mean, you can see how full of lava this is. This is why a geothermal was the obvious choice. There's so much lava here, just an insane amount of lava, that I'd be crazy to use anything other than a geothermal. I don't even know if I'll ever even need nuclear power, except for maybe when I start using the mass fabricator to generate the insane amount of power that the mass fab needs to properly run. But yeah, so that's... Oh yeah, and there's a little bit of lava right here. Let's go ahead and just scoop up whatever lava is sitting here right next to the thing, yeah? Way markers are super useful. One of the benefits of using the mini-map plugin. And it's one of the easiest plugins to use, too. I mean, could not be simpler. Okay, I would like to just continue mining straight off here and just keep going that way and finish this mine shaft that I was working on. But I'd really like to, by now the coal should be done burning in that generator, and I'd really like to just go ahead, make the lava scooper here, load it up with cells. Now, the nice thing about the geothermal generator is that it also acts like its own storage capacity. It actually stores way more energy than the bat box does. If you have a geothermal from the start, you really don't even need a bat box. The bat box does help to regulate the... He's going to come knocking on my door, and I don't... Crap. I need to make a sword really quick. Hello, friends. There's a lot of people out here. There's so many people that want to be my friends. I'm so lucky. I'm so fortunate to have so many friends. Where are you going, friend? It's crazy out there. Crazy and Manese. Oh, my friend is back. Hello. This is the most awkward way I've ever killed a Gumby in my life. Like, just opening the door, swat, close the door. I'm surprised the zombie hasn't started bashing away yet. Bad. Not good. Well, that could have been a catastrophe. Blowing up all my freaking machines. Okay, that zombie's lazy, I guess, so we'll leave him alone. Okay, so that's going to go there. Then the glass goes there. Generator. Some extra refined iron. Ma-na-na-na-na. Excellent. Now watch, when we throw these in, it stores the lava which in a sense stores the energy. You just saw it suck up. It used to actually suck up more, if I'm not mistaken. It just sucked up 24 of them, which is still a good amount. You can see that it's generating tons of energy. You can leave the lava cells in there, and as it takes them away, it'll just use a cell. But I had my concerns about doing that in the past, that by doing that, it'll immediately take one when it needs it, not when it's empty enough to actually need it. So I was always a little bit concerned that that wasn't actually the proper amount that it was taking. And I could be just paranoid and dumb, but that's always kind of how I felt about it. So, and plus, that's so much lava that it just stored up that it really doesn't matter. You just store up all that lava and then move on with your life. So that's what I'm doing. I think half of this stack, since there's a perfect half stack right now, I'm going to double cook that into refined because we're running low on refined iron as well. All right. Yes is the answer to that. And we're going to be doing iron for a while, so I can go there. Okay. I mean, you can't even see the level go down yet. And, I mean, it's already built up at least 25,000 power because it's got 20,000 in there, plus we're running machines still. So, good stuff. Good stuff. And the Mace Raider is a busy machine when you're running that. So, it's daytime. We're on day 2 of today's episode, so I'm going to once again check my farm real quick, see what's up with that. I'm going to punch this Gumby in the face. Punch him with my sword. Look, he's like jumping around like he's all like happy about something. Like, yeah, I'm so happy. I just killed your crop. Woo. Does it make you happy? You jerk. Now I got to replow that. There you have it. So I'm going to go do some mining. We got a geothermal though. That's pretty awesome. I mean, you know, it took us 1 day basically to get all of that done, and that was mostly just time spent collecting lava and stuff like that because it's a precarious job, so you got to be careful while you're doing it. But geothermal, so way better power source now, which is really exciting. So the next step, as we look at our machines here, let's see, we have this, we have that, and I do want to make another Mace Raider. I might make that today, but a second Mace Raider would be really nice. Don't need a canning machine yet, so probably want to start working on the miner next, which is the machine itself isn't that bad to make, but it needs its own power source. At least if you're doing it right, it should have its own power source. And which means probably making another geothermal, just because there is so much lava that it would make sense to use a geothermal to power the mining machine. But it's not so much the mining machine that's expensive as far as mats. That's not bad. What's bad, where'd the miner go? What's bad is the pipe. You need 6 refined iron to make 8 pieces of pipe, and you want to have a good stack of pipe. You want to have 64 pipe so that from the surface level you can get all the way down to bedrock. And then the mining machine is just the scratch of the surface. You can't just run a mining machine with just a mining machine. It actually has components you have to put in it for it to work. The pipe being one of those components, but there's so much more. So let's see. It doesn't say it probably here, but besides the miner, we're going to need a mining drill, and hold on, let's see if we can find it in this sea of items here. Okay, so anyway, here's the mining drill. Again, the mats for that aren't too bad, but eventually you're going to want the diamond-tipped mining drill so that you can drill through obsidian, and it'll actually collect obsidian for you. It's also way faster, but it also uses way more energy when you do that, so that's the downside to it. And then we're going to need you can either use an OV scanner or the OD scanner. The OV scanner is really where the difficult part comes in, but you can start with an OD scanner, which, again, isn't insane. We're going to have to make more glowstone, which means finding more gold, because I already smelted all of mine, unless I get to the nether before then. But, all of these things, it's all basic mats. There's no, advanced circuits needed for it or anything along those lines. But it's a lot of different components that all need basic materials, and those basic materials are going to obviously start adding up. That's really where... check my watch here. That's really where the advanced part of the mining machine comes in, that you're just going to need a ton of stuff, especially the iron. The iron is the big thing. We're going to need loads of iron, loads and loads of refined iron, as a matter of fact. So that's probably the craziest part about it. But the mining machine is brilliant because what happens is then we just run the mining machine and we don't have to worry about mining nearly as much. I still do ghost mining sometimes, especially if I start running low on resources because I'm building some really advanced things that are very expensive. As far as resources go, the mining machine might not just be getting, enough for me to, so I'll go mining on top of the fact that I have a mining machine. But still, it's a tremendous help. It frees us up a lot so that we can stay on the surface a lot longer and just work on doing the things that we normally do on the surface, like building machines and just messing with our storage, cooking things, just staying on top of that, just staying on top of macerating and cooking, constantly switching those machines out, feeding things into the recycler. The mining machine is going to pull up lots of stone and dirt and stuff like that, and we can feed all that into the recycler. So all of that, you become everything gets more and more automated as far as stuff like that, like all this stuff that I'm digging now is going to be collected instead by the mining machine, and you become more of like a supervisor to the whole situation. But there still is some labor involved, and I'm going to be needed to move things from one place to the other. Basically, I got to take it out of the mining machine. That's why a lot of people like things like Tekkit, because BuildCraft is installed with IndustrialCraft, so you can do even farther automation systems where you can have the mining machine gathering things, but then you can have pipe systems automatically taking stuff out of the chest, sorting it for you, loading it directly into the recycler for you, all the stuff that isn't important, like the cobblestone and the dirt and stuff like that. There's more automations when you include things like BuildCraft, but I like being involved at least somewhat. I mean, because you literally, on things like Tekkit, once you get to a certain point, you can fully automate it, 100%. I'm not doing a single thing but standing here and watching it all happen. But what's the fun in that? I'm trying to play a game. I want to actually play the game. You know what I mean? I don't want to just, set the game up and then watch it run like some perpetual motion machine. I need to, actually get involved and be a part of the system. So I like that I still have to do stuff. It just makes it a little bit easier, and it allows you to get a lot more things, which is why you start getting into the actual reason for doing this in the first place, which is the advanced industrial craft stuff like the quantum armor. Because we can get that quantum suit of armor, and then you go take on the freaking Ender Dragon, and it's a joke. He can't even touch you. You just obliterate him. Get some laser mining lasers, and you can use those to take out his healing towers that are normally a pain in the butt. And then you just start shooting lasers at the freaking dude. Take a nano sword with you for any of the Endermen that try to come at you. Just have a nano saber, zap them up, no problem. I mean, it's brilliant. You can really stuff that's normally at least somewhat of a challenge in Minecraft is a joke at that point. It's just the challenge is getting there. The challenge is accumulating enough things that you could actually do that. So that's the goal here. Okay, still got time. We're on day 2, and I think this is going to end up being another 2-day episode. At least that's how it's looking. I use that pick way too much. Looks like it's going to be another 2-day episode because we're getting a decent amount of things accomplished here. At least what I was hoping to get accomplished. Really, the main thing was the geothermal. And probably before the episode's done, I'll be returning to the surface with all the stuff that I just found and making a second macerator so that we can start getting more work accomplished with the second macerator. Because that one macerator, you start to really get a backup. Because you can only do one ore at a time. So, you'll be working on iron, and then you have all these other ores that you're waiting to macerate. It can really make the process take a lot longer. And since even though I'm not showing you everything, because I jump around a little bit, I record everything I do. And I'll end up sitting here for 5 days just waiting for the machines to finish gathering before anything interesting happens and we can start talking about some other stuff. So I really want to try to speed up the whole machine thing. Probably eventually The eventual setup would be 3 macerators and 4 electrical furnaces, to be honest with you. Like, eventually it'll get to that level where that's how many of those things that I would want. But for now, the 2 electric furnaces will do us. Just getting a second macerator will make a huge difference. But, hey, not a bad payload here by our Lava 2 waymarker. Ran out of pick, but I'll probably just finish gathering what I can, like, actually see here. And I'm probably just going to keep going with this tunnel, even though I'm making it really long, which isn't super efficient because then I have to travel all the way back. But, I don't know. It's working out good. And if there was a silverfish in that block, then that should mean that this is an extreme... Actually, why don't I just hit F3? Yeah, Extreme Hills. So, because this is Extreme Hills, I might be able to find emeralds. Not that I totally need emeralds or whatever. I don't think there's any recipes in Industrial Craft that require emeralds. I don't think they ever made any emeralds do anything besides what they already do. But I wouldn't mind finding some villagers and seeing what I can do with some emeralds. So, that's what I'll do. I'll stop here. I'll go ahead and just dig in a few so that I remembered that I wanted to keep going along with this. Put a torch there to mark it. And we'll head back. Might as well sprint. To hell with it. Might have to wait till the next episode before I actually build a second macerator. And so on and so forth. I am going to start, besides building the macerator, I am going to at least start working on building all the components needed to construct a mining machine. Like the machine itself and all the components that you need. I'll start working on building that, you know, one piece at a time until I have all the stuff that I need. Eat this before I go up the stairs. There we go. But yeah, so that's probably how I'll be doing it. Working on that. I don't know if I can actually get it done in the next episode. I guess it depends on how many days. But we've been doing this whole 2 days per episode thing instead of 1 day. And that seems to be working out really good because I'm getting enough done that every episode that you watch, it feels like I'm accomplishing things. So for our review, we did get a lot more in the way of resources. Yeah, I definitely did wander into an Extreme Hills. And we managed to get the geothermal completed, not to mention the emeralds that we did find. So we already got started on the emeralds thing. But yeah, so that was pretty good. Wow, this is still working on breaking down the iron? That is crazy and Meneze. So, but yeah, very useful day in my opinion. We got a lot accomplished, and we're doing a lot more in the way of resources, gathering up our resources that we're going to need for all these future projects that we plan on doing. So it was a good episode, but it's pretty much the day, so I'm going to end it here so that we don't once again get ahead of ourselves, and hopefully I can remember where I'm leaving off for the next time I need to record. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate the support and views as always. Hopefully you've been enjoying the fact that I've actually been able to start recording and post. I don't know how long I can keep up a solid schedule, because right now, really quick, I will mention the fact that I finished school for the time being, but I'm switching schools. I'm going to a different school. So I have like this 2 or 3 week window where I'm working, but I'm not doing anything else. Like I don't have school and work. So that has freed me up a little bit, and that's why I'm able to bring you some episodes. When I start school up again, there's no telling what's going to happen. So I'll keep you posted, because there's some other things that might be coming up that I don't even want to talk about yet that might impact YouTube or change how I go about YouTube. So there's a lot going on. So keep watching, and you'll find out all about those types of things and more. And I will see you next time. Laters.